Hey ladies, we are in our second cycle of trying to conceive. I know I didn't post an actual video. I posted the slideshow my doula put together for us of our daughter when she was stillborn. I didn't realize that October 15th was going to be such a big deal for us emotionally. It was a lot of anticipation leading up to the day, and then when the day happened, it was a lot of emotions I wasn't expecting to feel. And it wasn't really like anger or bitterness or anything like that, but it was a lot of confusion on why, we're at where we're at now. Uh, but it's okay. We're doing good and we're getting through it. So it is cycle day 10 of this cycle. I did have some false positive tests last cycle, so I'm completely chalking it up to the fact that they were Dollar Tree tests and they were probably evap lines. Um, this cycle, we're not using any fertility treatments again. If we don't conceive, I think by December our doctor will put us on Clomid again. Uh, Last time he said the same thing too after we had our ectopic and the emergency surgery last July, and we ended up forgetting to fill the prescription for Clomid and then getting pregnant that cycle with Sophia. So hopefully it doesn't get to that point. And we weren't really trying super hard back then either because my husband had just had surgery. Um, so we'll see. I really don't expect it to take very long, so watch it take forever. That's okay too. It's a journey. Um, right now, we are not using any ovulation prediction kits only because I've never used them. I don't feel like I need to use them. We're going into what will be our ninth pregnancy, so I don't expect that I don't ovulate. I'm pretty sure I do pretty regularly. So I'm watching my CM, and that's like basically our only indicator, and we're BDing daily from cycle day 9 to cycle day 15, which has kind of been our little routine for the last cycle as well. Um, I guess like emotionally trying to conceive has been a lot more difficult than I thought. It's not like obviously whenever you're trying to conceive, it's really difficult when you see pregnant people or when you get Aunt Flo, and it's that constant reminder that, oh, I'm not pregnant, I'm not getting what I want. And it's been really difficult because we thought we were going to be done. We thought that we were going to have our daughter, and then we were going to have our two boys and our daughter and our angels, and then that was going to be it. And now we're like, we have no idea. We have no idea how long this journey is going to take us, which is, I guess, kind of exciting. um, but it's anticipation and it's building, and I don't know. It's just been a lot more exciting than I thought it would be, I guess. At the same time, it's a little irritating, but it's all right. So I think you guys all know, and if you don't, again, just go back and watch some of my earlier videos. We have a friend who was our doula and who will be our doula for future pregnancies as long as we're both stationed together and close enough to where we can actually make it happen. Um, and she has let me borrow a few books that are just awesome that I'm really excited about. And one of them is this Pregnancy After a Loss. I was really excited about this book when I started to read it. Um, I've been doing research on my own about placental abruptions, and what I've learned from different online sources, which aren't always going to be the best, are placental abruptions are 1 in 200 for all regular pregnancies, and they can be partial or complete, and they can end in stillbirth, or they can just be caught and be monitored, and everything turns out perfectly fine. But once you've already had a placental abruption, your chance of it happening again, it goes up to 1 in 20. Now that's from what I've read online from different like WebMD sites and that sort of thing. In this book, it actually says it goes up to 1 in 8 chance, but I'm not sure because there's different reasons why placental abruptions happen. Um, if you have a blood clotting disorder, you're more prone to placental abruptions. If you had trauma during your pregnancy, obviously you're going to be less prone to having one again because there wasn't an underlying condition. For me, it was a fluke. It probably shouldn't have happened, and it did. So we're not sure exactly why. We know it wasn't a blood clotting disorder, and we know it wasn't trauma. So I think my chances of it occurring are smaller than what they're saying in the 1 in 8. And then when I was reading this too, it talked about how 50% of all placental abruptions happen from 37 weeks on. So my doctor has already stated that he is completely fine with inducing me at 37 weeks, like on the dot or before it, um, just to make sure, we're good, and so that I don't have to live in that fear for the last 3 weeks of it happening. So just by us doing that, that cuts that chance in half again. So it's a very small chance, I think, in my mind, that this is gonna ever happen again, which makes me really excited. So if you guys have ever had a loss, like a miscarriage or anything, I seriously recommend this book because it talks about choosing your doctor, the emotions you're going to go through. And I haven't gotten, like, I'm not letting myself read the first trimester until we find out we're pregnant. But it goes through the entire pregnancy and all the things you're probably going to wonder. And it also talks about if you had a stillbirth and you have no reason why. There was just no explanation, it just happened. So it's kind of cool. Another book that she gave us to borrow is Taking Charge of Your Fertility, and it's kind of big. So that way, there you go. It just talks about charting and like natural birth control and pregnancy achievement and all that stuff. And I'm going to be starting my ministry very soon. And what I want to do is when parents, moms, families go through a stillbirth or a miscarriage or a late miscarriage or an infant loss, it can be very traumatic. Um, it actually like ups the chances of divorce rates, it ups suicide, it ups a whole bunch of things, drug addictions, and I really want to be able to let parents know that there's hope and there's help and it's not like this end of the road journey that you have to go down. There's always, another way and something else you can get out of it. So part of that is that I want to become a bereavement doula because of the way everything was just so perfect with Sophia's birth. So my friend let me borrow her book, the Doula Book. So I'm reading this, and there's a list of different books that I'm going to have to read and different classes I have to sign up for. So I'm really excited about doing this and being able to, and this is the selfish part of it, but be able to meet some of the angels that Sophia gets to hang out with, but also get to meet a lot of these parents and a lot of these families who are going to have a lot of different perspectives on this kind of thing, which is exciting for me because I love information and I love being tactile about certain things. And it'll just be a really great way for me to remember Sophia and be able to pass on all the blessings she gave our family. And so I'm going to be doing my doulaing through stillbirthday.com. I actually am on their list to get a grant or to be funded by someone. So if that doesn't happen, it's not a big deal. We'll pay for it ourselves, but we're kind of hoping that we won't have to because it's just another expense. And I'm going to be donating, like, it's all going to be free for whoever has a bereavement birth in our area. Then I would be able to go and be a doula for them and kind of help them walk through having whatever kind of birth that they can have, and being able to give them the support that they need through it. I also want to learn how to be certified in grief share to actually teach the classes so that if the families have any issues and they just want to retouch on grief, that they can take the class through someone they already have had experience with and then feel safe in that environment. I also want to take photography classes because I'm horrible at photography. I am actually using my webcam on my computer right now because I don't know where my camera is at, which is awesome. And so I need to get a better camera. And so I want to take the photography classes and get certified and trained through Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep. And then I would be able to take professional photos of the family and of their children and of their new baby and give them lasting memories that will mean a lot to them. And again, just so that they have, if they want it, if they don't, that's cool, but it's so that they have someone that they're comfortable with and that they know and that has experienced this whole entire thing with them, so that I can really just help and know exactly what they're going through because I get it. So if you are watching because you have had a stillbirth, I want to highly recommend that you get this book. I Will Carry You by Angie Smith. This is an amazing book. Um, I think it's absolutely beautifully written. It's completely honest. I was given this by one of my friends who had had losses in the past, and I've had early losses too, but I guess, well, okay, that's a lie, because in July, that one really affected us. Um, the other ones were kind of like, well, it happens, it's okay, we'll try again. Um, but she gave me this book, and it's amazing. And she actually, she's just a wonderful friend. So, um, anyway, I want you guys to definitely, if you've experienced this ever, or a miscarriage or anything of the like, um, she talks completely openly about her family and how it affected them and the things that they did and the grief they shared. And her story is a little different. They knew that their daughter wasn't going to live, and they chose to carry their daughter until she was born. So it's a lovely book. And actually, on that note, too, I'm going to post a link below this video of my nurse who was there for Sophia's birth, which was so God's plan. And her son Noah, who's an amazing inspiration. Her entire family is just awesome. But I really want you guys to go check that out. It's their kind of testimony and their story for Noah. Um, so yeah, that's where we are. Again, cycle day 10. Um, I will keep updating you guys as often as I can, and hopefully, like, I can start doing it at a better time of the day. Right now, it's nap time. So I'm gonna get to cleaning the house before my husband comes home and has a heart attack, because it's really bad. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Have a wonderful week.